I'm now going to give you my 4 pillars to empowerment. And when I talk about empowerment, what I mean is a state of empowerment, meaning that you reach a place in your life where you feel like there's nothing standing in your way. You can do whatever you decide to do. You can create whatever you want to create. You can achieve whatever level of success that you want to create in your life. That is a state of empowerment. So let's look at these 4 pillars, and I break them down this way. The first is purpose. Now, this one is sometimes a little difficult. It's the most important, but sometimes we don't come to understand what that is until later in our lives, until after we've had a few experiences, maybe. When you're younger, when you're a kid, and they ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? You probably have a sense of that or an idea. But as you go through your life and have experiences, that's going to change. So that purpose may be a little different later on. The other problem with that is that most people don't believe that they have a purpose, and I'm telling you, you absolutely do. Every single person has a purpose. You just may not discover it until a little bit later. Then the next part of this is the next pillar is knowing self, meaning being willing to take an honest examination of you, how you think, how you perceive things, how you've been operating, your particular behaviors, how you've been choosing to think, whatever it is, because that is what's created your life right now. So you have to be willing to look at that to know if you even want to make any changes. Maybe you don't. Everything is great. But if it isn't, then you do want to make some changes, and you're not going to know that unless you're willing to look at what's going on right now. Now, the next part of this and the next pillar is called setting sights. What that means is basically you've examined all this stuff, you've seen where you've been limited, you've seen what you've been doing to yourself that hasn't been working. So now you can start to see a bigger vision of who you want to be. And so it's maybe a process of working through some of those difficulties, overcoming some of those problems that you've had in the past, changing certain behaviors that you've been trying to change for a long time, because you can start to see where it is possible for you to go. Now you've gone through all of that, so you come to the 4th pillar. The 4th pillar is taking action. You don't want to do this until you've gone through a bunch of that other first stuff, so you know that the actions that you're going to be taking are leading you to where you want to go in your life. And that is always about becoming that empowered, that self-empowered person, or living in that state of empowerment so you can do whatever you want. Now, I'm telling you, if you examine these don't will not happen overnight, but if you look at these and decide to use them, you could absolutely change your life and do whatever you want. Enjoy this.